Hello everybody! Let's create our project and start writing the property-based testing library. I am naming this one Disprover, just to have some kind of fun name in there. You know, formal proofs versus testing, also the tests disproving your assumptions about your code and so on. By the way, if you are interested in the end result, you can check it on my GitHub under Elm Microthesis. I will put the link into the description as well. Let's initialize the Elm project and open the main file. I believe it's safe to assume we will have some kind of run function in there that will take the test as an input and give us some test result back. Let's imagine how we will use this library. We will provide a label for the test so that the test runner can later tell us which test failed. We will also need the generator so that the test runner will know what data to randomly generate for the tests. This is roughly in line with the combinator approach of the official Elm test library, so its users should feel right at home. And let's not forget the actual test function. It will take the random data as an argument and return a boolean to say whether the test passes or not. Now let me just quickly add a file watcher to the repository. Whenever I will save a file, it will run the Elm compiler. This is actually my favorite way to write Elm code. Okay. It immediately tells us we have a problem with our gen import. Of course, we didn't import any such module. So let's import it, and since it doesn't even exist yet, let's create a folder and the file. We'll also fill the module declaration right away, promising we will expose the generator type and the two functions that we used in our example usage. Let's write some stubs for the type and the functions. For now, we'll keep them as to-dos and we will get to them later. Of course, tuple takes two arguments, so let's add them in. The generator type needs a type parameter, so let's add it to the type definition. And now the compiler tells us we don't need to use the Disprover module qualification inside itself, so let's get rid of that. And now we need to stop the run function. So as I said, it will take a test specification and return a test result. We need to actually say what those types are. We can see from the usage that the test will be a record with these fields. Of course, we can later change the API, but this is good as a first approximation. So now the test result, we will add a to-do there, and we are all done here. Let's check what are all the to-dos that we have. Yeah, there are a few, and we will figure them out in the next episodes.